A live look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average at this hour. Up, it's taken Larry by shock here. All right, so we're down 320 points. And all of this as the U.S. credit rating was just downgraded by Fitch. The White House is blaming, guess who?
Huh.
The former President Donald Trump. They are declaring it a, quote, Trump downgrade and blaming the extreme MAGA agenda. Well, that would include Larry Kudlow, right? You were in the previous White House.
I'm so proud. 3 years later, and I don't even have a Rehoboth mansion. MAGA Republicans' agenda defined by chaos, callousness, and recklessness. I mean, really, I'm just so grateful. I don't know why Janet Yellen didn't call me directly.
She's defiant. She's saying this. She's basically calling them out and saying that the credit rating should have never been downgraded.
Here's the problem. By the way, I don't think the Fitch credit rating means a thing.
Okay.
I think Jamie Dimon's right. He called it ridiculous, and it doesn't matter.
Wow. Fitch,
by the way, was giving AAA ratings to mortgage-backed bonds back in the 2000s. So much for Fitch. But I will say this: you got a problem here with spending, which is running 25% of GDP. The historic long-term range...
25% of GDP. Okay.
That's right. Federal spending as a share of GDP. The historic range is 20. So you're at 25, and there's no sign of that letting up. Second point, I know Joe Biden says he cut the budget deficit by $1.7 trillion, for which the Washington Post gives him a bottomless Pinocchio correctly. But this year, the budget deficit is heading for $2.25 trillion. Based on the numbers through the first 7 months of the fiscal year. It's roughly 6% of GDP. In the next few years, we're not in a deep recession, we're not in a war, In the next few years, we will be running deficits as a share of the economy of roughly 6%. That is historically incredibly high, twice as high as any average we've ever had. And spending remains at 25% of GDP. So, somebody's got to have some institutional restraint on federal spending. You got the Federal Reserve on the one hand deflating, and you've got the government.
So that's an interesting point based on the sound I was just going to toss to you. Do you mind if I get this in?
I just want to say the government is inflating. The government is inflating. The Federal Reserve is deflating. The two policy arms are at loggerheads. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, that's fine. Mohamed El-Arian, I don't know. Charles Payne had some interesting things to say last hour, but he's making this forecast on a recession happening or not.
There is no reason for the U.S. to fall into recession. The only reason we will fall into a recession is if the Fed is so focused on 2% and wants to deliver it quickly that it over-tightens.
And the 2% he's referencing is 2% inflation.
Yeah.
So if they're so aggressive at achieving that, he's warning that there's no reason right now for a recession, but if they're aggressive at achieving that and they inflict so much pain on the American economy that they get to that, then possibly that drives us into a recession.
You know, Mohammed's a friend. He's a very bright guy. But look, a lot of this is baked in the cake. I mean, I would say, looking at models that I like, there's a 70% chance of recession in the next 12 months. That continues to be my view, based on the collapse of the index of leading indicators, the collapse of the money supply, the inverted yield curve. So I think you're seeing a recession in manufacturing already. The ISM manufacturing index was down for, I don't know, the 8th straight month, some such thing. We'll get services out, I guess, tomorrow. So I think, recession threat, regardless of what the Fed does for the next 1/4 of a percentage point. That's right. But the bigger issue here, coming back to Fitch's thing, there has to be some budgetary restraint, Newt Gingrich was on the show the other night, and we were talking about the need to start talking about a balanced budget. A growth-oriented balance. I mean, people have stopped talking about it. The last balanced budget surplus was in the late 90s when Gingrich was the Speaker of the House and Alan Greenspan was the Fed chairman. My point is, you can't run 25% of GDP spending. You can't keep running 6% of GDP deficits. You just can't. It's unhealthy.
Something's going to give. And maybe this Fitch rating is the beginning of that, right?
I doubt it. But I'm just saying it's got to come internally. You're going to have budget committee resolutions coming up. That's very, very important. You're going to have appropriation bills coming up. That's very, very important.
Because there's a chyron under you right now.
What's my chyron?
That this can't. That the current
I
Biden
know,
administration.
A Trump downgrade.
This is a Trump downgrade.
I know.
Talking about this Fitch. And by the way, Janet Yellen, she says she strongly disagrees with this. She says this is puzzling in the light of economic strength that we're seeing all across the country right now.
He hasn't been president for 3 years, somehow. You going to blame Trump? Really?
Well, there you go.
I mean, when it rains, you blame Trump. When it's too humid, you blame Trump. And when Trump exercises his free speech, you blame Trump.
Well,
So,
you can hear more from Larry Kudlow.
how about some budget restraint and stop blaming Trump, for heaven's sake?
4 o'clock Eastern time on the Fox Business Network.
Thank you,
Larry,
Sandra.
thank you very much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.